Hello viewers, today we're going to learn more about Excel. And in this Excel we are using Microsoft Excel 2016. We have some of the information that you do require to type in Excel. It's all about calculations. So in this calculation, as you can see, those are the raw information that we have typed there. But you need to know how to do calculations, how to save files, and how to do various information, various functions. First, you need to know how to save your file. You need to come to File and click Save As. As you click Save As, you have, like, for example, this PC, and now you can choose the desktop, My Documents, among others. For me, I may choose desktop, and now I put the name of my file here. I save as a student, exams records. Exam records 2017. Once you save like that one, then now from there you can choose and click save. That's how you save your file, and as you can see here, is now the name as indicated there. After that, you can choose to duplicate the entire worksheet. You need to highlight like that. You highlight, as simple as that. That's how you highlight. Once you highlight, you just click copy and click under sheet 1. There is this plus sign. This means you insert a new worksheet. There are two of them now, and you click paste. This is how you duplicate the entire worksheet. So duplicating the entire worksheet, I need to show how. For example, as you can see, this is the word introduction, some information not seen. So it means you need to come here and drag a retro base so that you can see all the entire information there. You can see now the word is in full. In case you see this one, still you can do the same. You can try to enlarge a bit up to there, and now the next you do the same to the others. Then go to sheet 1. I need to double click and remove that one. Then I need to right click here to do a renaming. So you can click here, and once you click there, we have delete and you have rename. If you right click and click rename, once you click rename, you can come here and choose now, for example, Sachem students. That is the worksheet name. Then once you put there, you can click outside. Then as for this one, you can right click here and click copy. A light copy here for student. As you can see there, so the name is supposed to be. To add a new worksheet, just click plus and you keep adding the worksheet as under one workbook, but we have now a variety of worksheets. That's how you add a worksheet. Go back to sheet 1 now. This was the initial sheet 1 for this. Now with this one, I need to show you how to do various functions in a very easier way. As you can see here, you need to come and try to drag a bit. At least you see all the information is clearly indicating. Let's start with the total. To find the total, there are two ways of getting total. You need to click there, and now you click to here called formula in function, insert functions. Once you click insert function, you can see you have various select function here. I need sum. Sum is the same as total. Then I click OK. Once I click OK, you see that it is indicating C4 and F4. C4 and F4. As you can see here, C and 4, they are meeting at 56, and you have F4, it is at 60, F4, it is at 67. What about the two figures for Windows and Word? This means they are here represented by this full column. So it means it is the first figure plus the figures between and the last figure. That is now the sum of all those figures as you can see them there. And the answer here, it is 211. Just click OK. That is how simple you get the total. Plan B. Click there. And once you click there, you need to write is equals sign. Once you write is equals sign, you write sum, as you can see. Then you press tab and highlight now your figures. As you can see here, you have you highlight from there up to there, up to Excel. Then from there you close the bracket, and press enter. You see the figure. Once you get those two figures there, now you can choose to calculate the maximum. Just put is equals. For maximum, you require to come and put maximum. You can see is there. You open the bracket. The formula is max, from the word maximum, which reflect the highest score in a certain range. In this case, the maximum here you can see it's up to Excel. Then you put a bracket and you press enter. That is the first figure for the maximum, and you can now do the same to minimum. Is equals, you put minimum, which represent the lowest figure in a certain range. For example, in this up to Excel introduction, MS Windows, MS Word, MS Excel, you need to know which program that students score the lowest. And you can see it's 23, which represent MS Word. Let's look now the average, which start for the mean score. You just got to put is equals average. So once you put average there, then you can open the bracket and highlight the same up to Excel. Once you write up to Excel there, once you write up to the Excel, then you can choose now to come here and close the bracket and press enter. You see the figure there for that average. After getting all those, you can turn now to do something called auto-filling. So auto-filling, just require to click the one figure there. Then at this plus, as you can see, it is the plus sign. Once you point to this dot to become thinner, just click there and just autofill by selecting, just like that. You get all the figures for the total. You do the same to the maximum up to there. You get the other answers in a very simpler manner. That one we call autofill. Just by clicking one of the formula, then you drag, you get the rest up to there. Now those are the mean score. I need now to calculate now the what. As you can see now, those are already calculated there up to there. It means as for this one, I can choose to put the score up to this level here to get the total score for each and every program. I need to come here, and in this case I can choose to use this one called auto sum there. And once you get the auto sum there, click auto sum, then you press enter. Automatically will give you the formula for that. Just you click here, click where you want, then go to auto sum. automatically highlight those figures for you and press enter. That's how you get those figures as for all those programs, and you can just highlight like this one, then you drag up to there and get down the total. Average, you do the same. You come here, you put is equals average, and put average, then you highlight the figures for those average that you're looking for. Example here up to there. And now you can come and close the bracket and press enter. You get now the total average of that program, and you can choose this one and move to the other side. You see automatically you get the mean score as for this one. But those figures, they have a couple of decimal points where you can choose to reduce the decimal point for all those figures to 2 decimal points. So you can come to here. We have this one for increase decimal point. This one to decrease decimal point. Just show fewer decimal places. It means you just click there. The more you click, the more you can see that it is reducing. By clicking there, you can see it is reducing to 2 decimal points, which are okay with me. And that is how you reduce the decimal point. And if you want to increase, just click there and increase the decimal point. Reduce, just reduce with this decimal point. And then after that, you can do something called remarks. From the remarks here, to create the remarks which will be determined by the average, we can see, for example, in most cases that those figures you need to come and put is equals. Then you put if open bracket. Once you open bracket there, then from there you can click if average is greater than or equal to 80, for example, comma, the grade should be distinction. So if somebody got 80 or a mean score of 80 and above, you get a distinction grade, comma, then you repeat the same. If that grade, if average, so you just click the same average. That average is above or equal to 65, for example, comma, he or she get a grade of credit. Put a in quotes, comma, if the same way, open bracket, the same grade, so we just click average. If that average is above or equal to 50, is equal to 50, comma, in quotes, that person get pass, comma, then you ask yourself the same question. If now that grade is now below 50, comma, in quotes you put fail. If that person get anything to do with below 50, he or she get a fail. As you can see, here is my formula, but not complete, simply because you can see I'm opening bracket, but I have not closed the bracket. You have to add how many brackets opened. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 of them. So with the 4 of them, I need to close 4 closing brackets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I press enter. That is the formula. As you can see very clearly, that is the formula for remarks. Then press enter, and you can see, you can just click OK. In case there is a mistake somewhere, you can try to rectify the mistakes. But if it's okay, just press enter. We have the problem with this formula. just try to check where could be the formula problem. As for this one, we have the distinction, we have two brackets there. Can just remove one there and I press enter. Now you can see where there was a mistake. Now that's the right formula. As you can see from distinction, credit, pass and fail. It's now okay. You get the first one is pass. Then just click there and you to fill to get the rest. As you can see that class we have one fail, credit, pass, we don't have a distinction. In case, for example, you can see this, we add, for example, this person to maybe he had some mistakes and he collected some mistake. You just collect, for example, instead of getting 52, he had 79. The moment you just change that one, automatically we change even to the grade automatically to a distinction of 83%. In that case, as I get the remarks in the overall, you can just look even for the overall of this one using the same formula as you highlight as you go down. That is how you get as for that one. In this case, in this title here, you can choose to highlight up to the end there. Once you highlight, we have something called merging cells. I need to come here, I click merge cells and centered. But you have variety of them, you can click there and see merge, cross merge cells and merge and among others. I need to merge center, it's okay. Then I click bold. I can choose to underline here and I can choose to increase the size a little bit there and to see the font as normal. Here you need to come here, you change now to the font that I want, or just write the font here, example that font there. As you can see, that is how I choose now to highlight. Some content are not visible. How should I solve that problem? Because some content is not visible, I do something called wrapping text here, and automatically once you wrap the text, some information can be seen there, and you can choose now to drag here a little bit down, and you can see some information can now be well visible down there. That is how you work on that one. And now you can do something called orientation. Just highlight these headings. Once you highlight the headings and the format here, you can see format. You need to come here, click. We have something called format cells. Then you come to alignment, and you can see here we have something called orientation. Or you can either click there to adjust all the degrees to 45, or just adjust maybe the preferred degrees, for example, and that 5 degrees. With that one, I can choose now to click OK. Automatically you see that one is called orientation with 35 degrees. I need to highlight these ones and now put something else. I need now to put as for this one, I can highlight entirely up to there, and now I need to put borders and shadings. Once you highlight like that, you can come to format, click format cells. As you click format cells, you have the borders, and in this border you can choose a different border you want. For example, I need that color for the border, and I can click outline border. The inside one I can choose, for example, that one, a different color, for example that one, and I click inside. Then I can go to fill, and I go to fill effect, and I choose a combination of two colors, for example that one for yellow, and I can choose another one for bright green there, and I choose that one, and then I click OK. Once I click OK, now I can click OK again, and now you can see how I have formatted my table, that is border and shadings in Excel. This is how it look like. And now with that one, now I can choose to insert a chart. I need to highlight the information I want. For example, I need this one for student. I need to highlight up to the last name. Once I write up to there, then I need, for example, average. Average means you have